That will take place mid-November. They would get a bye through to the semifinals. Zane Navratil back to serve over to Dylan Frazier and Andrei Daescu with a chip on their shoulder and a lot to prove in Miami. Right on the shoulder right away for Daescu. Navratil not expecting the pull that soon in the rally. That's deep, and a great start early for Arizona. Rally scoring games to 25, win by 2, and on your serve. Both teams playing for 3 standing points, which you get for a regulation win. And both teams have 5 matches to play this event. Match number 1, both sides upon us.
Ooh.
What a setup from Zane Navratil. Backhand roll to the body of Daescu. Set up for Will Howells, who thrives on confidence.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting matchup. You have Daescu, who's got the length, he's super tall, and you have Dylan, who's that right side guy, who's a little more aggressive, not as passive as most right side players.
And the fives chants start early from Miami, the new residence of Ryan Harwood, big New York guy that recently set up shop here in Miami. Brought his friends with him.
4-2.
Big gust of wind assisting Zane Navratil on a heavy serve.
Yeah, the wind is definitely picking up here. It's going to be a big factor, especially when you're playing with a plastic ball out here. It's, the ball's going to be pushed down into the ground. You're going to have some bad bounces. You got to keep those feet moving.
That's just deep for Daescu. Went for it. And close call replay back with us. I'm not sure I'd challenge that one. That looked long to me live, but we'll see if he does. And he will. You get 3 free challenges per match. Close call replay is on it. Onisha Smith, one of the best in the game too, and I see that ball out. How about you, Yates?
Yeah, definitely out. Well, you have to realize it's not like a tennis ball. It's not compressing into the ground as much. It's basically a nickel-sized surface area that's touching the ground, so the ball can still be hovering over the line, but still be out. Depending on which way you're looking at it, you can see that gap.
Let's take a look now at the standings, Yates, just to give context to what these two teams are playing for. So look at the number 3 spot, New Jersey, and look at the match schedule on the far right. They have only played 18 matches to this point. Now scroll down to number 8. That's where Arizona currently resides with 18 matches played as well. So here's Onisha.
New Jersey 5 retain all free video challenges. They have 3 remaining. AZ draws, you lose 1 free video challenge. You have 2 remaining. We'll resume play at 6-2.
Thank you, Onisha. So, again, New Jersey has a big opportunity to get 15 points and leapfrog
6-2.
St. Louis Shock if they do clean up in regulation, but they have to play a near-perfect tournament. They could very well get into that 2 spot no matter what. And Arizona just battling to get in the top 6. And the top 6 will move on to Dallas. From Will Howells, and they had to earn every inch of the point.
Going back to the standings, it's interesting because St. Louis Shock and Dallas Flash have already played their matches. They're not here, so they're basically just waiting to see if the Fives can get it done and get enough points. They basically have 5 more matches where they can rack up a lot of points and try to steal that number 2 position.
They need 2 regulation wins to at least tie it for second place with Dallas. But Dallas, to your point, can't do anything left.
Yeah, you know, and it's not impossible to win in regulation. I think it becomes a lot harder as teams are kind of locking in a little more. Every single match counts. So you really got to try to at least not get swept and get 0 points, or at least take it to a dream breaker to secure 1 point.
So Georgia Johnson lingering here in VIP, watching some pickleball, resides closely to the area, as do many of these pros. Home event for Will Howells and Emily Waters as well. Play shot by Andrei Daescu. Will Howells couldn't do anything with it. Arizona looking to close a 3-point gap. New Jersey looking to set up their women's doubles team, which includes Emily Waters. That's too good. Can't speed it up there. Not with the hand speed of Dylan Frazier.
Yeah, that's definitely not the spot you want. Dylan has some lightning fast hands, really, really good counters. That's, yeah, you got to be careful in that one.
6-8.
Great sequence for Arizona. Back within one, Daescu serving over to Will Howells.
7-8.
Dropper. Frazier was there, just couldn't execute. Crafty point for Will Howells.
Well, it's not a bad play, especially with this wind out here. It's pretty much going one direction. And notice, I mean, Dylan wasn't really too far back. Great hands by Will Howells. Daescu has got to be careful of that backhand flick from Will Howells. He's really been locking in on that one, really reaching in well, and pretty deceptive. He's pretty good at, you know, not just flicking it line, but flicking it actually cross court, which is pretty difficult.
The change ends at 13. Morgan Evans, one of the wonderful minds of professional pickleball, courtside discussing with his players on an adjustment incoming. Jam-packed schedule for Arizona. They have New Jersey today and the LA Mad Drops over on Grandstand. Howells winded up. Arizona was ready for the fire. Back to a 1-point difference.
9-10.
That's the shot Will Howells wanted. He's working that line on the backhand side of Frazier. Usually not the best choice to pull it that far off the kitchen. Still finds a way to do it.
Yeah, you definitely got to be ready for that.
It's got to be clearly low to high.
Will Howells gets his first service warning of the match. Lobs that one in.
Yeah, he is one of the players that is right on the cusp of that serving rule. You have to go low to high, waist level, wrist below the ball.
10-11.
And then we saw the damage of a softer serve. Daescu thanking him for the opportunity. Wow, what a play. Daescu goes right to his target. Tie game.
It's a great spot by Andrei. Andrei is usually pretty consistent for being a big guy with a lot of reach. I like to see him speeding up off the ground like that and also using his reach a little more, having a little more offense. Struggling with that wind a bit. I think wind is
1% to advance whoever into the final if we do get to a close predicament in that number 6 spot with teams vying for the playoffs. First round of the playoffs begins next week in Dallas already. It's been a crazy, wild year this Major League Pickleball season.
Yeah, it's been a long year. A lot of matches, a lot of rivalries kind of starting to form, which has been exciting to watch.
There's the takeover ability of Andrei Daescu, playing big at the kitchen. Full reach, full extension, covering that middle well.
You don't see Andrei miss that often. Might be a little bit wind. Now they have the wind at their back, but it is constantly shifting. It's a bit swirly out here.
Nice play from Will Howells, strikes it first down the middle, loads up again, heavy angle on Daescu.
Yeah, I really like that speed up. He didn't hit it for 100%, trying to blast it through and hit a winner. It's kind of that 70% speed up, and you're ready to clean up that next ball.
That's wide, and New Jersey back on top by 3. This is the second meeting of the season between these two. They faced early in Atlanta, the first event of the year. New Jersey had to push it to a dream breaker to win it. And Frazier and Daescu won men's doubles 25-14 over Will Howells and Zane Navratil. Much more evolved squad, though, on the side of the fives at this point in the season.
Yeah, the fives have been on an absolute terror. They did very, very well in New York.
And Vegas.
And that should definitely help them, putting them in the position that they're at right now in the 3 spot, trying to work their way to the 2 spot to get a bye so they don't even have to play Dallas. They want to move on to Orlando just straight away.
Yeah, Arizona also had a great outing in Vegas, too. They took out the Backdrops, the Dallas Flash, Carolina, and Utah, all in regulation. Only team they lost to was the top-ranked St. Louis Shock. That's wide. Great pressure again from Daescu.
Yeah, I think Jessie Irvine was happy about that, getting traded from Carolina and then getting a little bit of revenge in Vegas, taking them out.
Yeah, she was.
She's been on fire since the trade. I think that has a lot to do with just team chemistry and kind of working with your teammates. I think sometimes a trade is good. It keeps it fresh, gets a little bit different perspective.
Going to eat that up every time. Will Howells knows the height was a problem off his paddle.
Yeah, I think Will's got to be careful because I'd say if he's going to backhand flick, his strength is going middle or cross court. He struggles a little more to go line, and you have someone like Dylan Frazier. That's not a guy you want to be flicking at, so you're kind of forced to go middle or cross. But that allows Daescu to kind of see that, read it, and start expecting it in the coming points.
18-18.
Oh, Daescu earned every bit of what he wanted. Just a bit long there. 1 point lead back to New Jersey.
19-18.
Too good from Dylan Frazier, working the outer edge of the Ernie. Tie game continues. Arizona right in the mix. Regulation win on the line. Both sides, 3 valuable standings points. Popped it up to the backhand of Will Howells. Couldn't get a hold of it. Arizona on top. 5 points to go, and you need a 1-game advantage when your women's doubles team is measuring up against Stanley Waters. Andrei Daescu earns another, backs up New Jersey off the kitchen, doesn't let them back in. 21-19 Arizona. Where's the difference maker in your eyes, Yates?
You know, I think they were trailing a little bit. They gained a little bit of momentum, started riding that. It's only a 2-point match right now, but I think Andrei's been doing a great job of, if you notice, he's super consistent on his dinks. He really slows it down, kind of hits like a dead dink where you're not really able to speed it up from the other side as long as you're not popping it up. But I think he's doing a great job of using his length, using his 6'5" stature, and leaning into the kitchen, not backing up, and just kind of asserting himself and being a big presence and just being the one to initiate and speed up first. I think that's the biggest thing right now.
And Dylan Frazier, just a stabilizer on the right too. Daescu so consistent, but to have Dylan Frazier at your wing, that is quite the luxury. And Dylan Frazier was taken at 13 overall. Andrei Daescu was the player that this Arizona franchise opted to build their team around, taken at 5th overall. Has a lot of marquee wins in men's doubles this year on the PPA side as well. Several gold medals to show for it with different partners too. Daescu back to serve now to Will Howells.
Yeah, going back to Dylan, I've had the honor of playing with him before, and him on the right side is just crazy because you're confident in speeding it up because he has the hands to kind of get you out of a pickle. No pun intended. If you maybe don't execute your shot like you should, but he's super physical, super consistent, and just gives you confidence when you're playing with someone like that.
What a play by Dylan Frazier to get a very crafty Zane Navratil out of his way.
22-21.
Usually a shot he misses there.
.22 apiece. Zane Navratil back to serve to Dylan Frazier. Big rip from Will Howells. Momentum swings back to the New Jersey Fives. Confidence wavering on the side of Arizona. Timeout called by Daescu and Dylan Frazier. Uncharacteristic misses for Arizona late, and this one could cost them the game 1 lead, which is essential, as I mentioned, when you've got Leigh almost as a guaranteed win for both women's and mixed. We'll play 2 gender doubles games and then switch to mixed doubles. And you know, Leigh Waters is dying for a break in the schedule, amongst other things, amongst getting that coveted bye spot, which the top 2 spots will get. Also nice to have a break in the schedule with how many matches Leigh Waters is playing on average this season.
Yeah, she's playing a little bit more than most. You know, usually
on every Sunday.
Usually making every Sunday. She's the Triple Crown queen. I think it's like, what, 19 now? Something like that. It's absolutely incredible.
23-22.
But, you know, you really don't even get much of a break because right after MLP Dallas goes straight into Worlds. So you have another long week there as well.
Right. So for the 2 teams that get a bye, that's a big advantage looking ahead to the second round and finals in Orlando mid-November. Ooh. Feathery drop. Daescu gets there. Will Howells takes another off his drop volley.
Yeah, that's pretty good deception. I mean, after 3 or 4 overheads, it's not a bad idea to kind of drop it and make that ball die. Will Howells did a great job of just kind of feathering that down.
Miscommunication in the middle. Will Howells and Zane Navratil both wanting that shot. Whose was it?
You know, I mean, the book says Will, but, you know, I think right side guys are being a little more aggressive here, just like Dylan Frazier, Gabe Tardio. So I think it just comes down to communication at that point. It's not easy when it gets this close and you're kind of just going off instinct. You got to trust your partner.
Game point. Swings back to the New Jersey Fives.
25-24.
Navratil and Howells both on the backhand side, and a 1-game edge to the team that wants to be number 1 in the league.
Yeah, I mean, great performance. They were trailing a little.
1 loss in Vegas. Very successful tournament there. So Jessie and Lacy very successful in their partnership, only dropping 1 game together that entire tournament. Irvine will start on the return, and it will be Leigh Waters to serve first in a women's doubles thriller. Right away, Jessie Irvine attacks the wing of Leigh Waters, chirping on the first points. You love to see it.
It's a good start.
1-0.
Heavy cut from Humberg. Oh, bullying the field is Mari Humberg with that backhand flick angle. It tricks him every time.
Yeah, just get ready. We're going to be seeing a lot of that this match.
She's got an old wrist injury from tennis. That's why she wears that white brace on her wrist. Helps her with the angle on the flick, as she shared with us ahead of the Grand Rapids tournament where New Jersey won.
2-1.
Great spot for Lacy Schneemann. The left side anchor for Jessie Irvine. Really explosive with her footwork. That forehand can be deadly too for Lacy Schneemann, former aerospace engineer.
Side out, point 2. 2-3.
Lacy Schneemann just catches Annalie Waters a half-second behind the play. 2-point lead for Arizona.
4-2.
Ooh, a sitter for Humberg. Gets robbed off the top of the tape. Shrugs it off. 3-point cushion for Arizona now. Lacy Schneemann back to serve to Humberg. Oh, twice. Off the tape, and that's deep. Lacy Schneemann testing her luck.
A little ambitious, but she saw the opening. Also, what I'm going to point out is you're going to see Mariana Humberg. Probably she slices more than anyone on tour. She slices her returns. You can just see it in her dinks as well. She's putting a lot more spin, probably twice the amount of spin as most women out there. And so, fun fact with that, if she's slicing her return, you're actually producing the top spin for your opponent's drive if they choose to do so. So she's got to be careful with that if her opponents have some good drives, which, you know, Lacy and Jessie both have.
It's a BB down at the feet of Annalie Waters. Mariana Humberg taking accountability for that one.
I think Arizona's doing a great job of just kind of moving that ball around, not letting New Jersey get into any type of rhythm. I think that's where they're most comfortable, is when they can kind of find that rhythm. And
ooh, Lacy Schneemann gets hip checked out of the way by Jessie Irvine on her way there. Lacy Schneemann, a Major League Pickleball champion, as is Jessie Irvine. And Annalie Waters and Mariana Humberg, who won it this year in Grand Rapids.
The one thing that Annalie has not won, and she finally checked that one off.
That's deep. What pressure, what work from Lacy Schneemann. Will this be a turn of events? If Arizona could pull out a women's doubles win to even out the... Apologize for the technical difficulties there. Not much missed. Arizona up by 5. Leigh Waters and Mari Humberg looking to find their rhythm. They seem patient to start, but as you know, rally scoring can get out of hand in a hurry. How about that finish for Lacy Schneemann? Takes the cookie and eats it up.
Yeah, we just heard a little while ago, right when we started, Leigh screaming out, pumping herself up. He said that's been a big thing for her in MLP is really kind of faking that energy sometimes. Even if you're feeling down, it's all about energy, and ultimately that's going to help your team.
Hometown tourney for Leigh Waters, currently resides in this area. Another miss for New Jersey. Some uncharacteristic inconsistencies early for New Jersey. Great sharp play on the other side from Lacy Schneemann and Jessie Irvine, who are locked in and eyeing the playoffs. Another heavy cutter attempt from Mari Humberg. So if you're in New Jersey, you're thinking at least our men's doubles team won at this point. Arizona 1 point away from the end change. Mari answers.
It just amazes me every time when she does that. It just, most people are flicking middle or maybe going line, but she always just reaches out and flicks that perfectly down to the right.
Heavy drive from Waters. Irvin's paddle a bit too open, and a little comeback brewing for New Jersey. What a setup by Mari Humberg, and a great close.
She was fighting that wind the entire point.
Yeah, wind is definitely pretty heavy so far today on center, right in the face of Humberg and Waters. And Arizona not overwhelmed by the pace of Waters, and now the wind at the back will be for Leigh Waters and Mari Humberg. How about this start, though, for Lacy Schneemann and Jessie Irvine, looking to tie it up at 1 game apiece. We'll see if they
got Michelle's friends to sneak her out to the beach. They saw this big old setup, and they lied a little bit and said that it was a 10-year anniversary for a couple coming in, and they were taking pictures with it. And then Ryan comes out of the bushes with a nice little surprise.
And Mav.
Can't forget about him.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. It's an honor to work here. Great crew. Pickleball TV. Appreciate you all. That's nice for Mari Humberg to go back within 2, and at the break was going to compliment Lacy Schneemann and Jessie Irvine for the start they've created. Jessie Irvine, one of the OGs of the sport, So measured with her performances. Intensity, always an all-time high for Irvine. And here come the New Jersey Fives. Cue the Fives counts to the crowd.
And Jessie has really just been thriving on this team since the trade from Carolina. I think she's meshing well with her new teammates. Oh, great deception from Jessie Irvine. Held that to the last second going behind Emily Waters.
14-12.
Heavy hand from Lacy Schneemann again. And Jessie Irvine pulls herself off the kitchen a bit in those firefights. Always amazes me, too, how well she can read the play and read the paddle ahead of her.
Yeah, she kind of gets that separation without continuing to back up. She kind of backs up, holds her ground, maybe backs up again, holds her ground. As long as you're not continuously moving backwards.
Why does that work for her?
You know,
more so than other players.
She says she's got some long arms. she says she has a lot of reach, and so
it's true.
You know, even though she's backing up, she still kind of keeps those hands out in front and kind of reaches out there. And really good at defending and just making that ball over the net. She doesn't really put pressure on herself to make.
Heading into the 2024 playoffs.
Timing. 17-12.
Points for New Jersey. What's it going to take for them to find some steam?
You know, I don't know. This wind is kind of swirling. I thought they were going to be on the good side now, but they just got to kind of rack a couple points up and try to ride that momentum. And ultimately, it's going to come down to execution as well. As you see there, great setup by Mariana Humberg with that backhand flick, her signature shot. Great finish at the end.
And a little assist off the tape. 2 points, and New Jersey can tie it.
Let's go, ladies.
This is where momentum really plays a big factor. You know, just a net cord here, or you know, a risky speed up. You know, it can turn pretty quick, as you see there. Another missed return. You know, pickleball is all about momentum in this game.
New Jersey currently riding the momentum right now. New Jersey with a chance to tie it on the serve of Annalee Waters. Michelle McMahon, Yates Johnson in the booth. Irvine with the return. That was one heck of an angle from Jessie Irvine to set up the close 2-point gap continues for Arizona.
18-16.
By Jessie Irvine, skips to the kitchen, bags Mari Humberg.
Giving Mari a little bit of her own medicine there.
Right.
Nice backhand flick from Jessie Irvine. Wow.
For Schneemann, another chance to tie it for New Jersey late in game number 2.
18-19.
Mari Humberg just gets so much spin on that dink, man. Doesn't really bounce up. It's really tough for Lacy right now. I think she's got to get under that ball. She's doing a great job of defending that.
Yeah, she got a pop-up in the middle on her forehand side, did Schneemann. This wasn't on it. Tie game, 19-all. There it is. Another another wicked angle off the backhand flick of Mari Humberg. It's like a magic trick every time you see it.
Just when you think Mari's going to kind of drill it in the middle or go line, she just kind of pokes at it, gets it low to the ground and angle to the right. I think Arizona is most successful right now when they're kind of keeping Annalee back, you know, and then kind of attacking Mari as she's in the transition zone up at the kitchen line.
From Waters out of the air. Arizona will accept their 4 points from taking the second. Oh, that's deep. That was a great point construction early from Schneemann, but Arizona couldn't hang on in New Jersey.
Talk about defending and getting a little bit of space. Annalee is probably the best in the world at doing that, backing up when she needs to.
And then right to the corner she goes. 1 point edge over to New Jersey.
It always amazes me. You see Annalee, it's like the ball is a magnet to the paddle. She's always on every single ball. She's really good at just reading where the ball is going to be next. If I'm Arizona right now, I'm kind of targeting Mari Humberg, trying to get that ball down at her feet. You know, Annalee is the best in the world at that. Lacy Schneemann with a couple unexpected errors. Just barely missing it on the tape.
23-22.
Just wide for Arizona. Game point for New Jersey.
Wow, what a turn of events here.
24-22.
Arizona defends that one off, giving themselves another chance.
You have to win it on your serve, though. New Jersey will have to earn it back before they could close it out. Meanwhile, Arizona could tie it. Whoa, Mari Humberg gets away with it. Got Schneemann, caught it. Game point number 2 for New Jersey.
Gosh, just another little backhand flick from Mari Humberg. Almost caught Lacy Schneemann. She was covering that forehand side, but able to shift to the backhand, but just not quite enough to win that point.
That's wide, and Annalee Waters with a big drive and a big wave from Ryan Harwood to the opposing side. What a win for Annalee Waters and Mari Humberg, who were tested all the way through. The Orlando event takes place November 22nd through the 24th. And the fives got to choose the matchup. So Mari and Zane was the team they chose to go with against Daescu and Lacy Schneemann, saving their ace for last. That's Annalee Waters. Their closer in mix plays with Will Howells. Heavy cutter from Mari. Zane Navratil closes it out. Again, different nuance here. New Jersey has done this all season long. You see Mari on the left, Zane Navratil on the right. It works for them. They beat teams like Georgia Johnson and J.W. Johnson with this lineup in this alignment.
Yeah, it's definitely different, you know. Now you have the guys in front of each other instead of being, you know, cross court from each other. So it's definitely interesting to see. Zane Navratil not afraid to kind of has that right side guy coming over to the middle.
2-3.
Mari Humberg has that backhand flick locked down.
Lob is long, wind at the back of Zane Navratil.
I think this is an interesting matchup too, because you have Andrei, who's super, super lengthy and tall, and you have Mariana Humberg, who's kind of slices that backhand dink. So she's got to be careful of not making that thing float up too high, or Andrei's going to kind of reach in there and punish her.
4-3.
Harwood saying that's a problem. Over to Zane Navratil. Humberg switches over to the right side of the courts.
Almost had a nice little trick shot there between the legs.
Zane Navratil, co-host of the Pickle Pod, had their owners on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. It's a great listen if you haven't had a chance to. Gary V and Ryan Harwood. Great media moguls and a great punch volley from Mari Humberg, the magician.
6-4.
What a lob. Wind picking up here.
And we'll see how that impacts the points. Set up Zane Navratil amidst the gust of winds.
I'm not sure how New Jersey squeezed their way out of that one.
7-4. Side out 0.5.
You have the wind kind of coming at the face of Arizona now. That means the wind is behind New Jersey. Makes it a little more difficult for Arizona when they're hitting their drops, their drives. They're just going to be a little less on it. They gotta hit it a little harder. The fives kind of are in a better position to be more aggressive with the wind behind them.
Yeah, whatever team that's been on the far side seems to be climbing ahead the fastest.
Yeah, but I would say, you know, I think it's in Arizona's advantage to be switching sides at 13 and then having the wind at their back to finish off the match.
Yeah, as we saw for the women's doubles team, Mari and Leigh, who finished on that side.
9-6.
Goes Daescu. Talk a lot about that reach into the kitchen. He's got one of the best reaches in the game.
7-9.
What a lob from Lacy. And then the close, gets on top of it, rolls it to the sideline. Unbelievable play for Lacy Schneemann.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to see Arizona maybe do that a little bit more, especially with that wind in their face. You're kind of a little more free to hit that lob and have it be pushed into the court.
Too good for Mari Humberg. Humberg says she's been in school longer than Annalie Water has been alive. Has her green card, has worked here in the corporate world for quite some time, was the VP of Ops for a company.
10-8.
Very successful career, gave it up in December of last year to pursue this full time.
I think she's made a good decision.
So too, acrobatic play from the kitchen from Zane Navratil. Says Zane's very organized First experience playing with him this season, loves it. Great teammate. This in the net on cue for Zane Navratil.
Big spreadsheet guy. Super organized.
Yes. School calendar is spotless, we hear.
That's the accountant in him. Great slide from Lacy Schneemann. Just covering that backhand perfectly.
10-11.
Big swing and a strike for Mari Humberg. 12-10 lead. And the rationale for putting Mari on the left, she says, taking 90% of the balls. Yeah, might as well put me on the left for both disciplines. It's a sign she likes the best. Tall task, though, dinking cross court with Andrei Daescu, one of the best in the game at that.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the disadvantages of slicing every dink, because it does have a tendency to sit up, especially in tight moments.
What a play by Daescu. That was pretty.
Andrei not known for his drives, but that was beautiful.
But when he does, splits the players ahead. And change upon us now. 13-12 New Jersey. Come back with us to Miami. When we return, ahead of them have finished their regular seasons. They cannot gain any more points, so it's up to New Jersey to control their destiny. Arizona will tie it with a missed third shot drop from Mari Humberg.
13-13.
13 all. Daescu back to serve. Wow, what a play from Humberg. Andrei Daescu was even impressed.
Andrei coming charging in. Usually you back up when, you know, the big guys run in like that, but Mari just held her ground. Great answer back.
14-13.
Lacy Schneemann thinking that maybe that was going out, but with the wind, pretty sure with the spin it was dropping in.
15-13.
Unbelievable. I could watch that every single time over.
I mean,
10 times in a row.
She had a crazy drive that almost landed in the kitchen, and then the follow-up with that shot. I mean, there's not a lot of guys out there who can do that.
No. Even if you know it's coming, teams can't seem to defend it. Right on cue. Exactly right there.
It's unbelievable. They know it's coming. I think Andrei's maybe thinking she's eventually going to go middle, but
she can.
Yeah, she just keeps targeting that right side.
Well, she opens up the middle when she does that.
Exactly.
So now they might second guess it and be a half step out of position, and there she goes again.
Zane doing a great job. Even though he's the right side guy, kind of sliding in that middle, pushing that forehand down into the ground. Wow.
Down it goes. Daescu punishing Humberg and Navratil. Full attack from the kitchen. Arizona climbing back in.
15-18.
That's what I like to see from Andrei right there, using that length, kind of trying to push Mari around, not let her get a rhythm, and just use that backhand flick. He's got so much reach and length. You don't have a lot of time if you're Zane Navratil to defend that. Wow.
Overhead clinic for the fives, and pick your target on the backhand flick. Mari Humberg that time went deep to the middle.
Mari just crushing the ball, especially against the wind. I mean, she was just loading up there.
Picking apart the opponents is the backhand flick of Mari Humberg. 2016, New Jersey 5 points away from solidifying a regulation win with 3 standings points.
I thought that might have been out.
Feet to foot to Zane Navratil. He felt like he was there. Great decision from Lacy Schneemann.
Go. 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 17-20.
And that right there is one of those advantages of why Mari is slicing the ball, especially against the wind. That thing has so much spin on it, and it's producing topspin for Andrei. Sometimes you're not able to get underneath the ball enough.
Zane Navratil. Unbelievable. Timeout called by Daescu and Lacy Schneemann, looking defeated at this point in game 3. What a performance so far for Mari Humberg and Zane Navratil.
Maybe a couple players that most maybe weren't going to go Premier, didn't think we're going to go Premier, but they've both just completely proven themselves. They've really showed up and just kind of proven that they belong at this level and they can compete at a really high level.
Yeah, you're right. I think a lot of people were had their judgments of those 2 picks, and it's parents that New Jersey knew something that nobody else did with the 4 hand-selected members of this team. 23-18.
23-18.
Yeah, I think a lot of that had to do with, you know, Mari and Will don't really play that many PPAs. They're more on the APP side. So they're a little more under the radar to start, but you know, they've more than made up for that and kind of made their mark and proven that they're, you know, they're ready to be here.
One match point saved by Arizona. Overzealous attack from Zane Navratil. They'll have to earn back the serve to close it out. That's deep. Mari Humberg overcooks the return.
20-24.
For the tweener, what a lob from Lacy Schneemann. Always on it on the TV side, and great production crew.
Yeah, a lot of hard work going behind the scenes that we all appreciate.
Daescu and Schneemann, they're a pesky opponent. Not going away anytime soon. It's a 2-point game. Scoreboard pressure applied to New Jersey. Drive could not be fended off from Daescu, and a chance to tie it here at 24.
Let's go, Zane. 23-24.
Wow.
Oh, what a point.
He pulled the trigger at Zane. Zane was ready. Sitting on it with his forehand. He was able to make that ball somehow, but great effort by Mari to get that ball down at his feet. Great reach in from Andrei, putting pressure on Mari, getting to the ball before she's able to sneak in. Somehow he's able to get under that and get it down at her feet.
24-24.
Too good, all tied up.
The lob. It's in. Arizona takes a game point of their own. They fend off a couple of match points. New Jersey in a panic now.
With the wind again. Usually you don't make more than a couple of those, but great execution. Off the net.
Andrei Daescu and Lacy Schneemann keep their team in the match. Down 24-19. They come back, save a couple of match points, and look out, Arizona right back in it.
And just performing for her team.
Waters back to serve now to Jessie Irvine.
0-0.
Irvine wants some revenge from women's doubles. That got away from her. Same could be true for Dylan Frazier on his end. And Will Howells, in that loss in Vegas, seemed to lose his confidence a bit against Orlando, the team that took out Waters and Howells.
Yeah, you know, talking to Zane Navratil, Will's a little bit ADD, he's kind of he gets mad sometimes because he's like no one bother him. We gotta reel him in, make him focus. But you know, when he locks in, he's very, very dangerous. I think it's just all about confidence. It's just kind of, you know, which Will shows up for that day. He's definitely more than capable.
Yeah, chatted with Will a bit in Vegas. Annalie Waters has inspired his game in a lot of ways, just playing alongside her. He's working a lot on attacking off of the bounce and that backhand flick out of the air. Great sequence.
Yeah, Annalie has, you know, arguably one of the best backhands, male or female. She just has so much feel and can do so many different things with it. Wow. Great setup, great speed up down the line. Knowing that it's crossing over the middle. Great trust by Annalie to kind of slide out of the way there.
Great placement from the young Dylan Frazier. Frazier spreading the word about the sport of pickleball at the University of Missouri, where he is currently a part-time student. Met with the president. The future of pickleball is bright. College students might have access to better courts soon. And little do they know, they have a superstar of the game lingering in their student section.
You know, I think that's where, once MLP kind of hits that high school level, or sorry, once pickleball hits that high school level, it's just going to be a trickle effect. It's going to go to college and intercollegiately, and I think that's when, you know, it's going to even just explode even more than it already has.
There's several colleges already on board with it, early adopters. And Annalie Waters loaded up right behind Will Howells in the event that he didn't go for it. She was on it.
She's very, very good at covering that middle, especially with that backhand.
Might be an understatement. Waters on the left. Will Howells taking over from the right.
I love how seamless Annalie is, you know.
Yes.
She kind of just, without any communication, she sees Will cross there and just instinctively moves over, covers it. She's more than capable on that left side.
What a setup from Waters to feed Will Howells into the middle. 8-4 lead for New Jersey. 8-4. Arizona must win this game to force it to a tiebreak dream breaker. That was the result in Atlanta to start the year. Nice pull from Dylan Frazier right to the hip of Will Howells.
5-8. 9-5.
Bit of a statement there for Dylan Frazier, ending that point with a massive forehand.
Dylan Frazier, one of the usual candidates on Championship Sunday as well in men's doubles. And clink of paddles in the middle brings Arizona within 2. This is the third match of the day on center. We've got one more match to go. That's the DC Pickleball team taking on the Orlando Squeeze. Wow, great defense from Waters. And again, just even out of position, she's so good. Just getting the ball back. She fights through every point.
Super scrappy, and you see there, she actually moves, kind of runs around her forehand sometimes to hit that backhand speed up, and people know it's coming, but there's not a lot you can do against it.
Little wins in the middle of that point. Will Howells holds his ground. Stand 1 point away from the end change. Jersey looking for a win in their first match of the tournament.
Dylan Frazier all over that one, but not quite there.
3 points behind the second place team in the league right now. They would just need one regulation win after that to tie it. 3 to surpass the Dallas Flash for that bye at the end of the season. Oh, down as Waters tries to recover the point.
The fact that she got to that first one, I mean, goodness. I would have loved to see another one from the ground, but.
She's okay, everyone. Everyone, I think, had a sigh of relief there.
It's definitely an ankle or knee breaker.
Ooh, that's a nice ball for Will Howells. Saw Jessie Irvine a bit off the kitchen, attacked her down the line. That's where that space could make you a little more vulnerable.
14-8.
A little short there on that ATP. Great deception and angle from Dylan Frazier.
9-14.
Not quite what Dylan wanted there. You like the aggression, I do like the cross.
Spice from Will Howells.
Fives being super aggressive right now. Definitely being the aggressors and kind of dominating each point.
This game slipping away from Arizona. This team hopeful to break into the playoffs. Timeout called by Arizona to regroup. How would you advise them at this point in the game to resurrect some sort of comeback?
You know, it's not easy. They did start on the good side. Now they're on the side with the win in their face, you know, which is playing a big advantage for the Fives because they're already an ultra-aggressive team. And with the win behind their back, you know, they're able to speed up a little more, drive the ball a little more. So that's definitely having an effect on Arizona. I think Arizona needs to, you know, just try to get the ball down to that kitchen line. You know, don't pull the trigger too early. Kind of wait for that right opportunity, but also just be expecting that the Fives will be coming at you with some big drives and speed ups, and just, you know, try to defend as best you can.
Well, Arizona currently in 8th place in the standings. They sit 2 points behind the Carolina Pickleball Club, who is done with their regular season campaign. They would need a slip from DC or New York this tournament, and a lot of regulation wins to make some progress in the top 6. Oh my, and Will Howells feels like he just destroyed the unbelievable angle from Annalee Waters. Well done by Dylan Frazier.
10-17.
Hello, Dylan Frazier. Explosive offense to counter.
You know, that ATP before, that could be a momentum changer. You never know which shot or which point is going to be the decider. When it happens, you got to be ready to gain that momentum.
Jessie Irvine goes right at Will Howells. He's an emotional player, and Jessie Irvine can rattle some emotional players. Very steady.
He's not afraid to get loud, show a little energy.
12-17.
Last met in Atlanta in May, it was Waters and Howells against Lacy Schneemann and Dylan Frazier. That has obviously since changed. It's wide for Howells on a routine dink. See if Arizona can make something out of it in a 5-point hole. Points on the line. They'd love to extend this to a drink breaker. New Jersey would love the pressure off of them to move one step closer to the bye spot.
Arizona's got to definitely be careful here. Not let this lead slip any more than it is.
Making up for lost time with that point.
Great hands coming all the way over the right side. Annalee Waters again switching seamlessly to the left.
That's deep. Jessie Irvine thought she got the tag off the shirt of Will Howells. Oh, and she did.
Hit him, or was it in? I think it was just in.
Okay. I thought it was deep. But I think you're correct. Life here for Arizona. The old towel trick for Will Howells. Regrouping. Still with a 5-point cushion. Annalee Waters likes to play fast, though. Look how far off Annalee Waters is playing behind the kitchen, too. It's like the second line of offense. Yeah. Will Howells doesn't go for it. She's attacking.
She does a great job of kind of creating space, and she's still able to absolutely drill the ball, even from back there. Her defense is just world class.
That time stepped in to poach the forehand. Ball of Will Howells took it on the backhand side of Annalee Waters.
16-21.
Gusty swirl there. It's definitely playing a big factor here.
22-16.
It's deep on the return. Tough one to give up. New Jersey now in the closing stretch.
23-16.
Takes it out of the air, angles it through the middle. That's pretty stuff from Will Howells.
It's a great location as well. Usually most players are flicking down the line, but middle is a great option as well.
Tagged in at Game point, 25-16, the final. New Jersey was tested in Game 3, and they persevere with their 8. The Edward Jones MLP Miami event. It is the 8th and final regular season event of the year, and the New Jersey Fives clinch a regulation win and a valuable 3 points over the Arizona Drive. Mari Humberg and Will Howells join us now to talk about it. Mari, Game 3 slipped away for you and Zane, but how much of a relief is it knowing that Annalie Waters and Will are there to back you up in mixed?
Definitely great, but we got to help them out. We had a big lead there. Props to that team. They battled hard. They made some really good shots, and they came back. But, yeah, it is nice to know that Will and Annalie come after us if we don't win, and they close it out for us today.
And, Will, you did just that, and we talked a little bit in Vegas on the impact Annalie Waters has had on your game. What is it that you admire the most when you get to play alongside her and study her from your perspective of playing live with her?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, she's an incredible competitor, and learning from her in that regard has been hugely helpful. And then some off-the-bounce attacks I've taken from her game to try to add to my own.
Well, we see it evident there, too. And, Mari, one more regulation win, and New Jersey would clinch the 2 seed, which would secure your team a bye for the playoffs. I know you guys have been studying the standings accordingly, trying to figure out, okay, how many wins do we need to get this tournament? You have a full slate of action ahead, 4 more matches to go. What is the significance of getting one regulation win off the bat?
It's really nice to get the 3 points today. We have 2 more tomorrow and 2 more on Sunday. Also, it's just been a really long season, so skipping one event would be huge. Definitely, I think all of us think that, but we got to get the job done first.
Absolutely. Well, the Fives are back in action tomorrow, as Mari mentioned, and congratulations, you two, on collecting those 3 points. They know they are at a premium. Coming up next on Center Courts, the Orlando Squeeze taking on the DC Pickleball team. It's going to be a fun matchup. Yates Johnson and myself will be back to profile all the action coming your way from Miami. Stay with us.